before phones owned our souls. Summer nights belonged to kids who vanished into darkness on rattling bicycles. Our kingdom was a forgotten park, wrapped in thick woods that swallowed screams and hid every secret. A rusted playground crouched, at its heart, crowned by a silver spiral slide that gleamed like a hungry throat. At 13 we were immortal, racing through black streets with wind whipping our fearless, stupid laughter. That Saturday we fled noisy houses and pedaled straight into the one place no adult ever watched. We never noticed the shadows inside the shadows, patient and ancient, already tasting our arrival. The moon hung low and bloated, turning the empty swings into slow-moving pendulums of warning. Something was waiting for children who believed the night could never hurt them, and it was starving. We claimed the highest platform, legs dangling, voices loud enough to scare every normal monster away. Tony's sudden silence hit harder than any scream, his finger pressed to lips, eyes wide with animal fear. A single hollow thud echoed from beneath us, metal ringing like a slow heartbeat. Under the boards, we laughed it off at first until the second thud landed closer, deliberate, testing how fast we could run. Flashlights swept empty corners while our jokes died, replaced by the sour taste of real terror. The woods answered our shouts with perfect silence, the kind that presses against your eardrums until they bleed. Then a small voice floated up the spiral slide, sweet, curious, impossible. Hello. Every hair on my body stood at attention because no living child had climbed those steps tonight. The toddler voice spoke again, clearer, curious, echoing from metal that should have been cold and empty. My friends' faces went ghost white under moonlight as the word hello crawled into our skulls and nested. Heart jackhammering, I forced my legs up the ladder, each creak sounding like bones snapping in the dark. I begged whatever was inside to answer, voice cracking, praying it was just some lost little kid. I slid down into absolute blackness, palms burning on steel, expecting tiny hands to grab me at the bottom. Nothing waited except dust and the sick realization that no human child could disappear that fast. We searched every shadow, every hiding spot, panic clawing at our throats like invisible fingers. Then the giggle came again, playful, mocking, followed by two soft words that shattered us. Catch me. We ran like the world was ending, tires screaming, lungs on fire. The night itself chasing us home. Collapsing in my backyard, we tried to laugh, but the air still tasted of metal and little boy voices. A gentle knock tapped the gate, polite, patient, the sound of something that already knew we were inside. An unfamiliar woman's voice asked softly if we had just come from the park, sweet as poisoned honey. I peered through the fence crack and met eyes that smiled too wide. Shining with moonlight and madness, she stared exactly where I stood, as if she'd watched us pedal home through the darkness unseen. When she whispered, "Are you sure?" the night squeezed tighter, hungry for the lie on my tongue. We bolted inside, slamming doors, hearts exploding because whatever she was had followed us all the way home. Dawn crawled in pale and sick, but her frozen grin still burned behind my eyelids like acid. My friends slept over, afraid to ride alone, whispering theories that made less sense than the truth. We never returned to that park at night, yet the spiral slide haunted every dream that followed. Years later, cycling past, I still feel cold metal fingers brushing the back of my neck. On the quietest nights, I swear the wind carries a tiny giggle saying "catch me" from blocks away. 38. That playground never let go, it only waits for the next group of fearless kids to play. Deep inside the rusted throat of the slide, something small and patient is still waiting to come out. And sometimes, when the moon is bloated and wrong, I wonder if it's already learned my name.